I'm coming onto the show today with a heavy heart. Okay. We're living through some dark times in America, and I don't know, I don't even know how to handle this. And I don't say this for clicks, and I say it because it's true. The Epstein files were supposed to be released, and they were not. So tonight we're going to talk about what that means, and we're going to have to do some speculations why the files were not released. But before we go there, we need to talk about Dave Chappelle's recent Netflix special, because it matters. It matters a lot. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the way people are reacting to it, what's it exposing, and what it is distracting us from. All right. And this is where I am at with it all. Okay. So I'm going to bring back the old Safe Space Live black and white. Let's bring sobriety to the conversation on all of this mess. All right. Not conspiracy and not theater, not performative outrage. We need to have a real black and white conversation about what is going on in America. Do me a favor, hit the like button right now. Hit it. Thank you. Share this. Subscribe if you haven't. And if you need to, and I want you to, please comment. I want this to be a group discussion. Tell me what you think. I am not here just to talk at you, though I do like to talk. I am here to talk with you, okay? So I want to have a serious conversation today about the Epstein files and where we are in America in our political space. And before we do that, we'll do Dave Chappelle, all right? Don't y'all go anywhere. We'll be right back.
This isn't just another church event. This is Impartation Conference, March 13th through 15th in Atlanta, Georgia. And this time, it's personal.
We are building a safe space where you can love God without fear, a space where you're not judged, but seen, heard, and honored for who you are.
This is your moment to grow, not just in spirit, but life. The clarity, the shift, the alignment is already happening.
And those dreams you buried, we're reviving them. We're breaking mental caps, tearing down limits, and helping you step into the version of you that was always possible.
This is more than a conference. It's a homecoming for your soul. Break free, grow deep, dream bold. Join us March 13th to 15th at the Renaissance Atlanta Airport Gateway Hotel. Register now at impartationconference.org.
Safe Space, refuge for growth and healing. Want to be connected to all that Safe Space has to offer? Join our email community. Stay in the loop with inspirational insights and updates. Join our email community and connect with like-minded individuals on the path to self-discovery. Sign up now.
Find your tribe in a safe, supportive space. Join the Safe Space private community and connect with others who get it. We're waiting for you. Stay connected wherever you are with lives and video drops. Text VTerrillHill to 833-458-3658 for instant updates and powerful insights. Join the text community now. Curious about what's next? Book an intuitive tarot reading with VTerrillHill and get the clarity you need. Your future awaits. Heal from within and transform your life. Schedule a soul healing consultation and take the first step towards wholeness. Start your journey today.
Click the Linktree link inside of the description box connected to this video for all of what the Safe Space universe has to offer.
My people, my people, my people, my people, my people, my people. How are y'all doing today? Listen, we haven't done this in a while. So let's do it tonight. If you're glad to be here, drop 3 green hearts in the comments. Drop 3 green hearts in the comments if you're glad to be here. We got a heck of a show today, guys. We're going to be talking about, as I said before in my cold open, we're going to be talking about Dave Chappelle and his Netflix special. And then we're going to spend quite a bit of time talking about the Epstein files and the lack of release of those files. We're going to talk law, speculation, victims, big government, little government. We might naturally get into the TPUSA America Fest a little bit. We're just going to go with the flow today, okay? We're just going to go with the flow today. Let's see what y'all are saying in the comments. Oh, yeah. Hey, of course she did. How you doing? Thank you for the green hearts, Angel Heart. Thank you, Recash. Thank you for the green hearts, Creepy. Come on, Lady Alex. Thank you for the green heart. Caleb Holman, thank you for the green heart. I appreciate that. Not a wardrobe. Mind your business, LaQuisha. Mind your business. Thank you for the green hearts. Just being me. LaQuisha Harris, thank you for the green hearts. All right, y'all. And Jan Merity as well. Thank you for the green hearts. Okay. Let's get into the things of the things. Before I do, though, let me give you just a couple of announcements. Just a couple of, and then we're rocking and rolling. If you want to be notified when I come live, text VTerrillHill to 833-458-3658. Text VTerrillHill 833-458-3658. For those of you that are not new, you know we asked 10 of you to give $10 and help support this platform. We are fastly and surely becoming a voice for the political scene, Black education and empowerment, of course, spirituality. And if you're enjoying this new rollout of shows, go ahead and send $10 SafeSpaceVTH to the Cash App, PayPal, Zelle, info at VTerrillHill.com and the Venmo at VTerrillHill. P.O. Box 221, Wissett, North Carolina, 27377 is the P.O. Box. Hit me up there. If you send me something nice, I open something nice. I'll be live in the after show in the private community tonight. After this live, we'll be in the private community. You can join for $2.99 a month. I teach and pray in my spirituality and consciousness community. You can join that if you go to www.joinsafespace.com. Email me info@VTerrillHill.com. And last but not least, like, share, subscribe, and comment. Praise God. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Yep. Are y'all ready to rock and roll? Are y'all ready to rock and roll? All right. Let's get this party started. Before we talk about the Epstein files, you know, the theme of today's show is everything's blacked out. And Dave Chappelle did a Netflix special recently, dropped it, I believe, this Friday. If you've seen the Netflix special, put a green heart in the comment. I want to know which one of you all have seen this special. Now, I am personally and professionally urging you all to watch this latest special. I'm not really that kind of guy to be like, you need to watch this, you need to watch that. Y'all are grown people. But I'm going to be honest with you. Watch this special from Dave Chappelle. Okay, so Creepy has seen it at least. It was a masterpiece of art through jokes and storytelling, y'all. I mean, now I've always appreciated Dave Chappelle's jokes, and some of you may not, because, you know, he talks about transgenders and everything else that comes to this. Thank you so much for the $10. I just need 9 of you guys now. God bless you. Thank you so much. And all the things are the things. Now, I do want to warn you that if you're easily offended, you're probably going to get offended at this piece from him. But this is the time where, you know, the old folks say that you want to eat the meat and spit out the bones. I believe this special is one of those specials. And if you disagree with me, I really want you to come back and be like, VTerrillHill, have you lost your mind? I want to keep credibility now, okay? I want to keep credibility. So if you do not like it and you're only going to watch it because I'm recommended it, come back and let me know. All right? I'm going to say this. Lord, I cannot describe it. I can't put my finger on it, y'all. But there was a heavy energy on this special. It was eerie to me. You know, allegedly, if I got my history right, Martin Luther King. Okay, should I say this? I don't know if I should say that. Ooh, I don't know if I should say this. Okay, I'm going to just say it. Now, do not put words in my mouth. Please do not put words in my mouth. I just am telling you how I feel. Okay? Could you imagine in Mason Temple as Dr. Martin Luther King gave, if I'm correct, his last speech before he was assassinated? That's how I felt watching it, like something monumental. Even if this special goes in infamy, or later on in life it is seen as one of the greatest masterpieces of our time, I am telling you, there is something heavy and dark but extremely special, in my opinion, about that Dave Chappelle special. That's how I felt. The ending, they better not do anything to Uncle Dave, right? A spirit of heaven. I don't know. Like in Dave Chappelle talks, he says that I did not, and I'm not quoting him verbatim, but he says, I did not like sort of plan for my voice to be this heavy. It's almost as, okay, check it. For those of us that was raised in the church, it's almost as if he has come into full knowledge of the weight of his voice. It's like he walked on that stage knowing what I say in this time matters. Honest to God, hand to God. Hand to God. Well, dang, VT, harp a little harder then. I need to watch it. Okay, I'm doing good. I'm telling you. So check it out. Come back to me. Let me know what you think. But this special, in my opinion, will go down in history as one of the most consequential and influential comedy specials of our time. I'm going to say it again. This Dave Chappelle special, I don't know why I'm laughing, in my opinion, will go down as one of the most consequential and influential comedy specials of our time. All right, so check it out. I just want to share that with y'all. He is a master at storytelling. He absolutely is a master at storytelling. Like this man told story. He talked about Diddy. I won't give you the jokes. He talked about Diddy. He talked about Stevie Wonder, Aretha Franklin, John McCain, Martin Luther King, Charlie Kirk. I mean, this man covered everything. And everything was covered, okay? Let's see. I don't usually watch Dave, but this show was deep. See what I'm saying? I'm telling you, it was deep. All right? Okay. Are we done with that? Let's see. I will have to watch after the holidays. Dave Chappelle has always had a knowing in his comments. Right. Like if I was to be a comedian, I would want to be a Dave Chappelle comedian. Because see, Dave Chappelle, like you have these antagonists like Andrew Schultz. I don't know if you guys know who that is, where they call themselves bucking against the system and, you know, and working against cancel culture, and they do it for the sake of doing it. Then you have, in my opinion, the Dave Chappelles, who they're not trying to be. Dave Chappelle's not trying to be controversial. He just is. And he knows it, and he uses it, in my opinion, properly, okay? Properly. Let's see here. Now I'm committed to I'm telling you guys, you need to watch this special. I wish I had a code so I can get commission. Watch the special. No, Andrew Schultz. I used to follow Andrew Schultz back in the day before he got popular. I remember being on the same plane with him. I spoke to him, and then I inboxed him on Instagram. He replied, and then he was really like friends with Charlemagne the God, and they have that podcast called The Brilliant Idiots, but Charlemagne was the big thing, and Andrew wasn't, and then something flipped. Now Andrew's wildly popular, but he shouldn't be. I'm so tired of meaningless people with loud microphones. Do me a favor, y'all. If you're going to have a microphone, be meaningful. All right? Let's see. Dave Chappelle is comedic genius, in my opinion. The special was fire. Wasn't it, Matt Marcellus? It was fire. Andrew thinks he can say whatever he wants. Yes, and I think that's the difference between the Andrew Schultz of the world and the Dave Chappelle. One is saying what they want, and one has something to say. I'm going to say it again. The Andrew Schultz of the world is just saying what they want to say. And in my most sincerest opinion, the Dave Chappelles of the world has something to say, and that is an absolute difference. All right? Yeah, absolutely. After this one, I'm done. Just because you have black friends don't mean you can say anything. Right. All right, y'all, let's get into these Epstein files. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment. Like, share, subscribe, and comment for your boy, please. The Epstein files have been something that we've been talking about, joking about, hinting towards since forever, it feels like. You know, bits and pieces would come out, certain pictures would come out. You know, they had like the little birthday card, I guess, that Donald Trump allegedly wrote Jeffrey Epstein. Here is when it really got my attention, these Epstein files. When the government was closed, now I'm going to mess up this lady's name, but Representative Adelita G. That's so stupid. Y'all pray for me. I can't pronounce her last name. It's spelled Grijalva. She's represented out of Arizona. She won a special election in Congress for Arizona. And Mike Johnson was putting off confirming her or swearing her in to do duty because the government was quote unquote closed or Congress was out of session. Well, it was said that the reason why he was doing it, allegedly, was because she vowed to be the last signature needed to write the release of the Epstein files into law. And some accused Mike Johnson of colluding with whoever, however, powers that be, to prevent her from using her vote. So he waited. Well, he waited until the government opened up. He had no choice. He had to call Congress back into session. And that day that Congress was into session, I believe, they voted. It went to the Senate. And I thought, no, the Senate ain't going to have this. And the Senate voted. And the bill went on Donald Trump's desk for him to sign it for the release of these files. Okay. I hadn't looked down on my paper. I got to talking here. Anywho, so anyway, Congress came back to session. Oh, I said all that. All right, now let's talk about what this law was that was passed called the Epstein Files Transparency Act. This was a law approved by the House, Senate, signed by the executive, Donald Trump. And this is what the law was in plain English. Number one, a hard deadline. Within 30 days of the law being signed, the Attorney General had to make public all unclassified Epstein-related DOJ records in a searchable, downloadable format. That deadline landed on December the 19th, 2025. Y'all make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment. Number two, the law lists a wide universe, including DOJ and FBI investigation materials and communications about Epstein and Maxwell, flight logs, travel records, immunity, and non-prosecution deals, internal DOJ emails and memos about charging decisions, and records about detention and death documentation. What does this mean? They created an ironclad law that gave the DOJ almost little wiggle room not to release these files. That's what that means. Number three, The DOJ can redact narrow categories like victim identifying info, child sexual abuse material, property classified national security info, and some active investigation items. Some, okay? Now, every redaction that the DOJ implements was supposed to come with a written justification that gets published in the Federal Register and sent to Congress. So let's just say it like this. In layman's terms, release everything besides victims' information, children, and information connected to national security, and then any information connected to any active investigations. And when you redact that, you must write us and give us an explanation of every single redaction. Now, that was the law, written and signed by President Donald Trump. All right? Now, that being said, the DOJ broke the law. And we're going to actually go line by line on what they broke, and then we're going to get to some black and white. But before we do that, let me go on break. Y'all don't go nowhere. We'll be right.
This isn't just another church event. This is Impartation Conference, March 13th through 15th in Atlanta, Georgia. And this time, it's personal.
We are building a safe space where you can love God without fear, a space where you're not judged, but seen, heard, and honored for who you are.
This is your moment to grow, not just in spirit, but life. The clarity, the shift, the alignment is already happening.
And those dreams you buried, we're reviving them. We're breaking mental caps, tearing down limits, and helping you step into the version of you that was always possible.
This is more than a conference. It's a homecoming for your soul. Break free, grow deep, dream bold. Join us March 13th to 15th at the Renaissance Atlanta Airport Gateway Hotel. Register now at impartationconference.org.
Safe Space, refuge for growth and healing. Want to be connected to all that Safe Space has to offer? Join our email community. Stay in the loop with inspirational insights and updates. Join our email community and connect with like-minded individuals on the path to self-discovery. Sign up now.
Find your tribe in a safe, supportive space. Join the Safe Space private community and connect with others who get it. We're waiting for you. Stay connected wherever you are with lives and video drops. Text VTerrillHill to 833-458-3658 for instant updates and powerful insights. Join the text community now. Curious about what's next? Book an intuitive tarot reading with VTerrillHill and get the clarity you need. Your future awaits. Heal from within and transform your life. Schedule a soul healing consultation and take the first step towards wholeness. Start your journey today.
Click the Linktree link inside of the description box connected to this video for all of what the Safe Space universe has to offer.
All right, thank you so much. Welcome to Safe Space Live. Hi, my name is VTerrillHill. We're talking today about the Epstein files. In 1 second, we're going to get back into the discussion. We're going to talk about how the Department of Justice up under Trump has literally, not figuratively, literally broken the law and what we think that might mean. Okay, but before we do that, if you want to be notified when I come live, text VTerrillHill to 833-458-3658. Text VTerrillHill to 833-458-3658 if you want to be notified when I come live. Y'all have been so kind already. 3 of you, not 3. I just need 7 people to give $10. We've already brought in $30. I need 7 people to give $10 to help us reach our goal. All right? CashAPP SafeSpaceVTH, PayPal, Zelle, info@VTerrillHill.com, Venmo @VTerrillHill. Send me something nice. I'll open something nice. P.O. Box 221, Wisset, North Carolina 27377. Email me, info@VTerrillHill.com. And last but not least, like, share, subscribe, and comment. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. All right, let's get back into it. Now, We've discussed so far about the Epstein Transparency Act, how it was alleged that Mike Johnson worked hard to keep that from being written into law. Nonetheless, it was written into law. Donald Trump signed it, and life should have been okay. Well, here's what happened. On December the 19th, multiple outlets reported that the Department of Justice did not release everything as instructed by law. So the law didn't follow the law. And let me just say this real quick. That's why don't piss me off. Okay. What do you mean, VTerrillHill? There are people that will tell you that black people are hoodlums. They don't know how to assimilate. They don't know how to follow the law. When our black blood is rolling down the streets of America, if they would just comply, if black folks will stop acting so ghetto. But where is the complying at now? Bondi, Patel, Bongino. Oh, Jesus. Well, we met our goal. Amen. Thank you so much, y'all. We met our goal. Praise God. Why are not we complying? You know, because all we need in America is law and justice, you know. That's why the National Guard has been released on American citizens to bring law and order back to America. Well, isn't it interesting that these people that use these dog whistles against us are not even following the law? Nonetheless, this directly conflicts with the law's not later than 30-day requirement. By December the 19th, the Department of Justice was supposed to release everything besides victims' information, children, things connected to national security, and fourthly, anything going on with a current investigation. And when they redacted those things, as we said before the break, they were supposed to give a written explanation on why said things were redacted. And they did not do that. What they said was, oh, we're going to just roll it out. We're going to release it a little bit at a time. Now, also in the law, it said that these files must be fully searchable. And in the beginning, I don't know if they fixed it, you couldn't even search on the website. You would put up a name, you could pull up Epstein and nothing would come up. Number two, how did they break the law? Heavy redactions without the required explanations, which I said before. Number three, withholding massive quantities of records. We're mad. Survivors and lawmakers are saying that the Department of Justice held back a large volume of material instead of releasing all unclassified records by the deadline. And number four, failing, now watch this, to protect survivors' identities, allegedly. Some survivor statements accuse the Department of Justice of failing to properly redact survivors' identities while simultaneously, allegedly, simultaneously redacting too aggressively elsewhere. Now, let me show y'all this real quick, because this is when I got a little irritated. Because it's one thing, and we talk about this a lot. Where, you know, it's easy to have a discussion about somebody's life on YouTube, on the internet streets, because it's not us, but these are real people. Here is a real Epstein victim. Let's listen to what she has to say.
So just in light of your experience and everything you've been through, how do you feel about this latest drop of files?
There was a law passed that required the Department of Justice to adhere to by 11:59 p.m. on December 19th. The U.S. Department of Justice has broken the law blatantly. So sometimes I hear from people or journalists, so how do you feel if they, what comes out next? I actually don't care. I don't, because they've already broken the law and they've proved the point of why we needed to get an act of Congress to actually listen to us and try to get justice. And that didn't even get us justice.
See, it's one thing to make memes. It's one thing to joke about, oh, Donald Trump is going to get it, Bill Clinton's going to get it. But what we're looking at, ladies and gentlemen, in the non-binary is a real, bona fide sex trafficking victim. Now let's bring the sobriety to it. I had to set it up. Let's get into the meat of it. This is not a political thing. This is not a on the libs, on MAGA. This is a network and a system of abuse with real victims being covered up by some of the highest powers of existence. This is horrible. This is ridiculous. Let's find another one here. I think I got another video. Let me find it real quick. Hold on. Look at this. In the corner, you see of Jeffrey Epstein here with no shirt and a child's legs in the corner of that photo. And the more I looked at these pictures, the heavier my heart got. Because I begin to understand the shape we are in America right now. As I scrolled Twitter today, and I saw people talking about Nicki Minaj, Amfest, what the Dems did, what the Republicans did. Have we become so numb that we have lost our empathy and our sense for justice? How did this become a political talking point? I've heard people. I'm just going to you know what? Let me just say what's on my heart real quick. Somebody sent me a link of Larry Reed talking about Jesus did not come here to save souls or something like that. And oh, he got them church folks all up in a gusset, just gusset all up. Hearts broken. He's a warlock, leading the people astray. And these idiots can't even see he is a distraction and everything connected to him and people like him. This is what the church should be up in arms about. This is what the prophet should be prophesying about. This is what the keyboard warrior should be worrying about right now. Now, no stupid doctrine with a bunch of idiots having a penis swinging contest on who's the smartest. Pisses me off. Church of God in Christ, You always got something to say about faggots and sissies. Say something about this. You put a statement out about Charlie Kirk and how the church must love that bastard. Say something about this. It don't matter. 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 It don't. Nicki Minaj matters more than this. It don't matter. Let's keep on going. Is that the last picture I got of a victim? Now, let's talk real quick. I want to share something with you guys. This is dark. You see these two pictures right here? See these two pictures right here? This is a picture of Bill Clinton, Michael Jackson, Diana Ross, Jackson kids, and I think Ethan Ross. The picture on the right, as you can see, right here, is of, let me see if I can blow this up. I can't do it. Hold on. There we go. The picture on the right is Michael Jackson, Bill Clinton, and the kids blocked out. Now, listen to me. The DOJ purposely manipulated those pictures to make it look like Michael Jackson, Bill Clinton, and Diana Ross was taking pictures with sex trafficked kids. On purpose. And they were taking pictures with their own kids and Bill Clinton. Do y'all know how sick that is? When you're supposed to be following the law and being transparent, and you're making political digs at Bill Clinton, making it assume as he was on the island, and maybe he was, but use a real picture. You drag Michael Jackson, Diana Ross, and Bill Clinton and covered up their children's faces. This is demonic. This is demonic. I'm going to show you another one. You say, okay, that was a mistake. Okay, watch this. Hold on. Because I saved it all. And then we're going to get to Cash Patel. Hold on. Where is it at? I just saw it. Hold on for a second. Oh, that's another victim. Right here. You see this? They released a photo of Bill Clinton in a pool. And then one would assume that this pool was on the Epstein Island. It wasn't. Somebody on the internet was like, this pool looks familiar. This is the pool. I forget. Matter of fact, let's read the caption real quick. Hold on. I found it. The Clinton pool pic was not at Epstein Island. It's the Empire Hotel pool in Brunei. This is a public hotel pool. These people literally planted pictures of Bill Clinton in the rollout. to make it look like he was on Epstein Island with kids. This is horrible. This is horrible. This is horrible. Let me show you something else, because we're going to make this sober. We're going to sober up a little bit. You see this? This is a child. This is a child. This is someone's child. Y'all, this is not political. This isn't an own the libs or own Republicans. And if you find anyone that brings up the Epstein files and they make it political, then you should know either, number one, they just haven't looked into it and they're ignorant, or they are at least cold-hearted. At the very least, cold-hearted. This is horrible. Now, let me say this. Let me say this. I went to Hakeem Jeffries' Twitter page today because, in my mind, it should be a political uproar. Even if they want to make it, like own the Republicans, this would be a perfect time to slam dunk them. Hakeem Jeffries, the minority leader of the Democratic Party, was talking about the Affordable Care Act, affordability, but no mention of the blatant breaking of the law, of the cover-up, of possibly the biggest pedo bust of our time. The biggest scandal since Watergate. No mention. So then I went to Nancy Pelosi's page. Still a powerful woman in Congress. Nothing. I went to Elizabeth Warren's page. Nothing. And I said to myself, what power, what entity so strong that it got the entire government muzzled? Massey and Rouhana, sometimes Marjorie Taylor Greene, are the only true ones truly advocating for this release. Where in America do the Department of Justice frame an ex-president and willingly break the law, and everybody on Monday going like, well, we're just going about our business? Oh, no. This ain't no Republican and Democratic thing. The entire system is broken. Let me tell you why I know. Because I asked ChatGPT, why did the Democrats release these files? Now, a part of the reason why they could not release it is because Ghislaine Maxwell, or whatever her name is, Maxwell, was still up under investigation and trial, But by June 2022, that was over. The Department of Justice et al. Could have went through all of the files, organize them, and release them. In other words, it's not just the Trump Department of Justice that knows these pedos were messing with kids. The Biden Department of Justice did as well. This is a cover-up that'll be in the history books forever. Oh, y'all thought I was going to beat up on Republicans and make it. I told you this is not political. They could have released those files. They did not. And then I think Jimmy Kimmel or Stephen Colbert asked Kamala Harris, well, why didn't President Biden release the files? And she said, well, we sort of leave that thing to the Department of Justice. Have you lost your mind? Now, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But I find it hard to believe that no person in the executive office of Biden's administration did not know what was in those files. And if they knew and still did not press the DOJ to go after those people, this is on them as much as it is on Trump. Sean P. Diddy Combs has done less and gotten more. Now let's talk about that real quick. Let's talk about it real quick. Let's talk about it. See, I think it's interesting how the alleged stories with P. Diddy is that there were parties and people were involved. But yet one man is taken down. And the same thing with Epstein. All these people were involved, yet just one man and his accomplice is taken down. Y'all, something ain't right. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Something not right. No. It is not right. It is not right. It ain't right. It ain't right. Now, for personal reasons, I hope Diddy decay in prison, personally speaking, but let me be professional. How you running a ring, but you're the only one going to jail? We in trouble. We in trouble. Now, let me say this. Am I done? Let me say this. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. That's number one. I can't change the world, and you can't either. It's not how that works. We're just one little piece, fragment of a bigger picture. You can change your world. Don't be like, I don't care if you're white. If you're watching this and you're white, you're black, you're Democrat, you're Republican, you believe in government, you don't believe in government, wherever you are on the spectrum, don't be like other people. Don't turn a blind eye to this. Don't make this political. Do not allow your heart to be so callous with conspiracy and mud throwing that you don't realize that behind closed doors, there is a collusion of our mutual enemies. And for some of you, the person I love is your enemy, and the person you love is my enemy, and that's still a collusion. And we have an opportunity to bring justice. I guess, what's the Trump administration going to do? They're going to keep on breaking the law? Here's what I say. Let's watch how this rolls out. Now, let me say this. In the after show last week, we got on E.J. Newton. He's a Nigerian prophet that's here in America. And I hadn't been on his page in a while. And I was sharing my screen with my private community. And we went over there, and he had his background, the White House. And I said, well, why is his background the White House? And someone in the comments said that he is a strong Trump supporter. I'm going to tell you this. How are you a prophet and you're backing the man that is actively colluding with powers to keep the abuse of children hidden. Tiffany Montgomery, where you at? You black gospel artists that love to go to the Dove Awards. CeCe Winans, where you at? Where's Patrick Wooten? Shouldn't Patrick Wooten have said something about this Sunday? Did he say something? Somebody let me know if Patrick Wooten said anything about the Epstein files this Sunday. If he did not, because I don't know, if he did not, then you and I should agree he is a fraud. This is not gray. This is black and white. There is no, no, this is black and white. Trump's Department of Justice has all of the files and are refusing to release them as ordered. There is no gray in this. And the Democrat under Biden had the same abilities. So don't you tell me nothing about the Democrats tearing up the fabric of this nation, and the trans is doing this, and the gays are doing this, and the feminisms are doing this, and you don't have the gall to speak up for children that were abused and trafficked. You're a fraud. You're a fraud. All right. I'm done. I'm done. To get that off my chest, because I'm a little upset, because this is real, y'all. This is real. This man had an island. You think that trafficking ring is done because he's dead, allegedly dead, because we don't even know if he's dead or not. Let's go over here real quick. Let's make sure we're clear that this is a cover-up. Oh, well, let's show this real quick. You got Bill Clinton over here. And if you could see down at the bottom, you got Donald Trump. They forgot to redact that picture out of it, but that's not what I wanted to show y'all. I wanted to show y'all what Kash Patel said. This is horrible.
There's no credible information. None. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday that he trafficked to other individuals. And the information we have, again, is limited.
So the answer is no one?
For the information that we have.
In the files?
In the case file.
Okay.
There's no credible information. None. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday that he trafficked to other individuals.
Now, let me tell you what's slimy about this guy, the director of the FBI, and Dan Bongino, the assistant director who has recently put in his resignation. When Trump was running for office for this term, these two men had podcast and was on podcast, and they spent all of their time saying, if we are able to get to the FBI, we will release those files. There's record of them saying there's no way in the world that Epstein could have committed suicide. All right. So now they are both appointed to the FBI, and MAGA is happy because finally the Epstein files will be released. Well, what does Bongino and Patel do? They go on Fox together as a pair, and they say, oh, no, he killed himself. We looked at the files. Yep, he did it. He also, Patel says up under oath, that he saw in the files that Epstein acted alone. Well, Mr. Patel, if Epstein acted alone, as you said, why not release the files? Right. Now, let me be clear and then I'm done. I don't think it's about Donald Trump alone. I have to assume that Donald Trump is in these files in a disparaging way, a criminal way. Let me be more specific, a sadistic way, even more specific. But I think it's more than that. Because like a lot of MAGA folks said, if it was just Donald Trump or if Donald Trump was in those files, they would have released it. The DOJ would have released it when Biden was in office. It would have been a slam dunk, shut the man up. But I think it's bigger than that. I think there is a power that you and I are not familiar with that's keeping those files from being released. So powerful of a power that Congress and the Senate can vote for a law for those files to be released and comfortably know it ain't happening. It ain't happening. All right. All right. All right. We all right? Are we good? I did that in 57 minutes too. Go me. Let's look at some comments and then we'll go. Let's see. JC 528 says, I think he's still alive. You know, somewhat, you know what, JC? JC, I don't want to pronounce it wrong, but let me, you know what, man? Excuse me. Let me not assume you're junior. You know what? Up until recently, I wouldn't have believed that. I would have just thought, you know, they got him, they took him out. I'm going to be honest with you. Between the attempted alleged assassination of Donald Trump, Charlie Kirk, the National Guard members, Erica Kirk is doing some weird stuff. I would be a fool to not consider that now. I mean, let's keep it a buck. When I forget which host asked Kamala Harris about Donald Trump and this alleged assassination, and I don't know if y'all heard it or not, but she said she called him and they put her on hold and she overheard him ranting and raving about his book, trying to sell his book. See, that's not cute to me. That's not a gotcha moment. That's not nothing to be proud of, because if the then government, if the Biden administration had any whim that this was fake, orchestrated, they should have done something about it. Period. Why would you leave us in the hands of someone that orchestrated an attempted assassination? Let's see. But they all good Christian folks, right? All good Christian folks. Crazy eyes. Yeah. Wooden will talk about Beyonce in his pulpit, but not the same for Tiffany Montgomery said, if you vote for Kamala, you're inviting the spirit of Jezebel in your home. History will not be kind to these fools. I think that would be off brand for Wooden. I'd expect him to talk about Nikki. I don't even know if I have the strength to discuss Nicki Minaj right now. Oh, did y'all see that finally Maddie said something about Nikki? Y'all, I'm going to say I think Maddie used wisdom, because she did not say anything when Nikki was talking about young children being introduced to conversion surgery early on. She even said in her statement that is debatable. And it is debatable. She's right. That is debatable. She said, but to call Donald Trump a good man, that's going too far. And I said, you know what, Maddie? You did your good thing. You did your good thing, girl. You did your good thing. He is so caught up in that little girl with his head so far up his butt. Who is this? He acted alone, but all those emails said different. Right. Thank you, Marcellus. Thank you so much. This some B613 scandal type of stuff. Where's Olivia Pope? Right. You said it right. It's JC. If Obama was involved in this, the files would have been released and he would be in jail. Absolutely right. It may be the top of what got Diddy caught up, and because of all of who could be involved, they refused to release the files. I saw a similar episode on Law & Order SVU. What if it was all connected? What if this Diddy thing is connected to Epstein, where they cut off the top and the bottom to try to close it out? And I don't know, y'all. God knows. Larry is blasphemous. Blasphemous. Larry is blasphemous. That is the least of Larry. Blasphemous. I missed that. Do we have it? Can you put up her statement? Okay, all right. Let me pull it up real quick. And then we're gonna go, guys. If y'all enjoyed this today, drop 3 green hearts in the comments if you enjoyed this today. I enjoyed it. And then we're gonna do an after show. And we're gonna get on out of here. Hold on, did I see something? I know I'm not crazy. Oh no. Hold on, let me go to her Twitter because I saw it was written. I know I'm not losing it. Hold on, let me go to her Twitter. Hold on, y'all. You know what? Did I want her to make this and she didn't say it? The problem is she do so much retweeting, you can't get to her original post. Hold on, y'all. I'm coming. All right, y'all. I can't find it. I can't stand people who do all these retweeting and you can't find out what they saying. Anybody know how to find out what the person is saying on their thing? Oh, God. Never mind. Never mind, y'all. Never mind. I thought I saw it. All right, forget it. Forget it. That's fine. Not you imagined it. I swear, if I see it, I'll put it in the community board. Anyways, thank y'all so much for rocking with me today. I normally would come on live on this Thursday, but it's Christmas. I won't be live, but I am pretty sure I'm going to be live in the private community sometime between now and next Monday. Of course, if you want to join me in my spirituality and consciousness community, go to www.joinsafespace.com. I teach every Thursday over there and I pray. Okay. I pray. And it is a safe space to believe over there. You don't have to believe in anything in particular but yourself, and you'll be all right over there. I'm going live in the private community at, let's see here, at 10:50. At 10:50, I'll be live in the private community. Let's talk. You guys were so kind. You helped me reach the goal today. Thank y'all, man. I can take breaks, and when I come back, y'all still support. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have no idea, bro. Like, for real. Thank you so much. Thank you. But if you still want to support this platform, if this show moves you at all, SafeSpaceVTH is the Cash App, PayPal, Zelle, info at VTerrillHill.com, and at VTerrillHill is the Venmo. If you want to be notified when I come live, text VTerrillHill to 833-458-3658. Text VTerrillHill to 833-458-3658. Our end of the year, beginning of the year, 50% off sale will be starting next week for tarot cards, okay? For tarot cards. A lot of you guys like to take advantage of that. I answer all emails, so if you want, email me info@VTerrillHill.com, okay? Last but not least, like, share, subscribe, and comment. If you enjoy this, please like, share, subscribe, and comment, all right? Love you guys long time. Appreciate you guys long time. Let's see here. Thank you so much. Thank you, Marcellus. I appreciate that. Welcome back to the community. Let's see here. Great show. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ingrid, and all the things of the things. All right. All right. See y'all next week sometime. Y'all be all the way blessed. Goodbye.
This isn't just another church event. This is Impartation Conference, March 13th through 15th in Atlanta, Georgia. And this time, it's personal.
We are building a safe space where you can love God without fear, a space where you're not judged, but seen, heard, and honored for who you are.
This is your moment to grow, not just in spirit, but life. The clarity, the shift, the alignment is already happening.
And those dreams you buried, we're reviving them. We're breaking mental caps, tearing down limits, and helping you step into the version of you that was always possible.
This is more than a conference. It's a homecoming for your soul. Break free, grow deep, dream bold. Join us March 13th to 15th at the Renaissance Atlanta Airport Gateway Hotel. Register now at impartationconference.org.
Safe Space, refuge for growth and healing. Want to be connected to all that Safe Space has to offer? Join our email community. Stay in the loop with inspirational insights and updates. Join our email community and connect with like-minded individuals on the path to self-discovery. Sign up now.
Find your tribe in a safe, supportive space. Join the Safe Space private community and connect with others who get it. We're waiting for you. Stay connected wherever you are with lives and video drops. Text VTerrillHill to 833-458-3658 for instant updates and powerful insights. Join the text community now. Curious about what's next? Book an intuitive tarot reading with VTerrillHill and get the clarity you need. Your future awaits. Heal from within and transform your life. Schedule a soul healing consultation and take the first step towards wholeness. Start your journey today.
Click the Linktree link inside of the description box connected to this video for all of what the Safe Space universe has to offer.